Hello, fellow Araxians. It's been a while, hasn't it? How's the family doing? Anyways, I just want to talk today about what is the best faction in Planetside 2. I know this question is a question that every new player wants to know, since they don't want to jump into the game, put a few weeks into one character, then realize their faction sucks and they want to jump ship to another faction. So I get that. Heck, I've been there. In a quick synopsis, I'm going to go over the faction traits, which is basically that the new Conglomerate are known for their hard-hitting, slow-firing weapons. The Terran Republic are known for high fire rate, high magazine, like sort of bullet hose weapons. And let me just say, the Terran Republic, they got the best music. I think it's so friggin' epic. And the Vanu, they are known for like their technologically advanced stuff, you know, high mobility, high accuracy, no bullet drop. Now, as far as actually answering your question, it's a very difficult question to answer. The short answer is that it's pretty hard to pinpoint exactly which faction is the best, and I'm not going to tell you that it's difficult to answer this because it depends on your playstyle and all that, because maybe a lot of you don't even know what your playstyle is. No, the real reason why it's difficult to pinpoint is because the game is always going through weapon balances and changes and all that stuff. Like, for example, at one point, the Vanu were deemed OP because of their anti-infantry tank weapons. Another point, the TR were getting crap because of their aircraft weapons. And right now, some people deem that the NC are OP because of their anti-vehicle max units. I'm talking specifically about the Ravens, which were nerfed recently, but people still complain. I don't know. But anyways, point is, even if you try to figure out which faction is OP at the moment, that could change with the drop of a patch. But hey, if you're still with me, I'll tell you what I can do. I'll show you guys what factions currently have the most population, why you should try out all the different factions, and how easy it really is, and finally, what I personally did. Alrighty, so what I got pulled up right here is the rebelscum.net. I'll include this link in the description box below, but what it is essentially a population tracker for Planetside 2. You can see, at least on different scales of time, days, weeks, month, all, you know, what the population is for each of the factions. You can select for the different servers, but what I have right now is all servers combined together, and you can see here that the NC kind of have overpop on a lot of the different times I'm kind of selecting here. The VS and the NC, or the VS and the Terran Republic, anyways, they kind of trail behind a little bit. They kind of switch off on who is most overpop. And I know there was one instance last year where the VS was really overpopped, but in general, what the trend I'm seeing at least is that the NC kind of are the ones that are a little bit overplayed. So whether or not this helps you decide what faction to choose, you know, whether or not you're the kind of guy who likes to play factions that are least played, this may be helpful for you. Or maybe if you just want to have some general information about, you know, the general population, stuff like that. You know, cool little tool to check out. I am not exactly sure why the NC has the most population, though I'd be curious as to why. You know, I've asked around and many people say they think it's because new players see that the NC or the new Conglomerate stand for freedom, quote unquote, and think the NC are the good guys. I think that's a little weird, but I mean, I guess that plus all the official art that is centered around the new Conglomerate, I think that's a little interesting, since in the real world I wouldn't necessarily trust a conglomerate of, like, you know, big companies and corporations to tell me they're for freedom or anything like that. But whether or not that actually happens in real life is for another discussion. I'm sure that there are other reasons as to why the new Conglomerate is so overpopulated. So if you guys have any theories on that, you know, just let me know in the comments below. So what is the solution, you're probably asking? My solution is try all the factions out. I know that sounds really cheesy, and I know you don't want to, but seriously, do it. Just do it, because nowadays it is easier than ever. I mentioned this in some of my other videos, but as of May of 2015, each new character under rank 15 gets 100 certification points. Certification points being the in-game currency to buy items, abilities, etc. And you get 100 of those per level. So you get 100 certification points per level. If you're new, you probably don't know how amazing this is, but to give you perspective, just leveling up from BR1, Battle Rank 1, to Battle Rank 15 you only get around 478 certification points to spend. And so with that extra 1,400, quickly getting the basic gear and figuring out what you like is super easy and super fast. Leveling up at the beginning goes by really quickly, at least through like around BR1 through 8 or something. So you can start unlocking the gear for each faction pretty quick. So whether you are a tanker, or if you're a pilot, or a sniper, or a support player, or whatever it is, you can figure out what faction caters most to your playstyle by using those extra bonus certs. So let me tell you what I did, guys. I started off on a Terran Republic character, leveled up to around BR36, and then made a new Conglomerate character just to test it out. I ended up liking the NC a lot because of the aesthetic. I felt like their heavy assaults looked really cool and their guns looked really cool. Yeah, I'm pretty shallow. But then later on I made a Vanu character and I fell in love with their weapons. Oh my god. I eventually went back and made another TR character. As you can see in the background here, I'm using him on Ezmir and I'm really liking their LMGs. I think I'm using the MSWR in this footage. Yeah, I mean, all the factions are viable. I really enjoy playing on either of them or any of them really. But remember guys, you can make up to 3 characters per account. So what you could do is just make 1 character in each faction, figure out which faction you gravitate most towards, and narrow it down that way. So with that all said and done, I hope this video has helped you guys as far as picking out which faction you want to start off on. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. As always, hit the like button, click subscribe to see more of my content, and until next time guys, I'll see you around.